Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris from Undiscovered Realm. I'm here with Ralph and Jake as well, and we're buying this huge Disney collection. It's literally one of every Disney pop ever made. It's pretty awesome to see assembled. So we're going to be going through everything and making sure they're all there, boxing them up, and bringing them back to the store. So stay tuned. What's up, guys? Chris here with Undiscovered Realm, and you saw us packing up all the pops before. We just got back to the store with a huge Disney collection. Again, it's almost 900 pops, so we can't show you everything, but we have some of the crazier stuff, I guess, and rarer pops and some unique stuff that we wanted to go over. Before we take a look at them, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Undiscovered Realm. And facebook.com/Undiscovered Realm. And also please click that follow button and subscribe to our page because we'll keep posting great videos with cons, buying collections like this once in a lifetime, interviews with celebrities, sneakers, toys, you name it. We're going to have tons of great stuff and pull back the curtain on a lot of pop collecting and stores. So you see both sides of it. Anyway, so we had to drive a few hours it should have been a 2-hour drive, but we hit some crazy monsoon in the middle and then a ton of traffic. We rented the van. Luckily, we got everything into the van before we got on the road and it didn't start downpouring. But there was insane lightning. The wind almost blew the van into another lane. It was crazy. But that's what happens every time we go anywhere. So we're used to it. But anyway, we got there. Luckily, we didn't die. And we got the collection. We went through everything. And, here we are. So anyway, let's start with the craziness. So some really unique stuff. All these big guys, which a lot of you may have seen pictures of online, but very rarely do you see any of these in person. And before we even get into the meat of it, some of these are really, really, really rare. Some of them are limited to 480 pieces, 1,000 pieces. Some of the bigger ones have weird numbers like 360. But some of this stuff, like some of the crazy stuff, like I said, 48 pieces. We even have a Mickey here, which, where is he? I think it's this guy, 18 pieces. So if you want to have a complete Disney collection like this, there literally can only be 18 people in the entire world who have a full set. And the gentleman that we bought this from actually told us he knows 2 other guys with the exact same full set, which is pretty impressive. So they're out there, but how often are you going to see this at the market? So, some of this stuff, you could be watching for years and you just never see it. So it's usually a feeding frenzy. So all this stuff's going to be for sale. We're going to have it at our shows. We do a lot of conventions all year. Our schedule is getting towards the end, but we have a couple huge ones left. It's the end of August right now. We're leaving for Chicago Wizard World in the morning. So we're going to bring all this stuff with us on no sleep because we had to process this collection before we left. But then we have a month off. We're going to be doing the Westchester Tattoo Convention in New York. Then the following week, New York Comic Con, the mother of all shows. And then also in October, we have Baltimore Comic Con and Rhode Island Comic Con, which are amazing. And then I believe the last thing we have this year is Anime NYC. But our store is in White Plains, New York, which is only 25 minutes out of New York City, right by the train station. And we have a huge selection of pops. So the stuff will be here. If it's not on the road with us, it's here in the store. So we sell online. So if you see anything you're interested in, if we still have it, shoot us a message or a DM and we'll be happy to help you out. Anyway, going back into it. So we have all these big guys, the Buzz Lightyears. I especially like this one. It's a glow-in-the-dark Buzz Lightyear with a metallic Zerd, which is just kind of really unique. You don't see stuff like that too much anymore. This is a 150-piece edition from D23, which actually coming up very soon. That's the Disney convention that goes on. Really hardcore. I wish we could go to it with this collection because we would just probably not come back with anything. Some of the other really, really rare stuff right off the top. Clown Dumbo. This pop, PPG's for about $7,000, but the price is all over the place. One recently completed on eBay at $12,000. So, you know, again, stuff like this just never hits the market. So the prices can fluctuate so much. And just because the last one sold at one price doesn't mean that it's not worth dramatically more or sometimes less. It could be fluctuations. Another really cool thing, we have the Flock Latzos. They're worth like 2,000-ish, give or take. We have a really unique thing here where the stickers actually, it's not that the sticker's backwards, the printing is done inverted. So I want to really look into this because I don't know if maybe this is the only one that's like that. Usually they don't make mistakes like that, but there's only 480 pieces. So usually if they make that mistake, a couple of them have it, but I want to look a little further into it and see how rare that really is. It's like a chase within a chase, you know? We have the blue Cheshire Cat. Glow in the dark Oogie Boogie is one of my favorite pops. Just looks really sick. Metallic Genie. Also the gold Dumbo's worth roughly around $5,000, so it's another really crazy one. Metallic Dumbo. Still really nice looking, but only about $500 or $600, so you know, somewhat affordable, I guess. Flock Sully, Glow in the Dark, Mike Wazowski is really sick. Some other classics like Flock Winnie the Pooh, The Witch from Snow White is a great one. Mickey Mouse from D23. Another one that I love is Sorcerer Mickey and Chernobog. It's a great pop. Metallic looks really sick. The regular Sorcerer Mickey's here too is also one of my favorites. I don't know why. Like Fantasia's good. I liked it, but I was never like in love with it. But for some reason, it's just so iconic, Mickey in the outfit. Some really, really graily Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Again, the Oogie Boogie. It's worth around $1,000, give or take. The triple pack of the metallics, gorgeous pop. Also from D23, limited to 500 pieces. Another roughly $1,000 pop. The Mare, this is the same pop. The guy had both because he wanted to show the head spins around. So you have both faces. So I guess he wanted to show them both. And if you remember, like this is worth hundreds of dollars now, but when it came out, it was just a normal pop. So at the Disney store. He also has both versions, the Disney store version and the Disney. Same pop, but the ones that they sold in the store actually had that tag. And you'll notice that on a bunch of these, he'll have the same pop with both versions. And, it's a very complete collection. But some of these are worth tremendously more. Like this Mickey Mouse, for instance, I have to double check the price, but I believe it's in the mid $100, $150 range, where the regular one's still in print, and it's a $10 common. So there's some really unique stuff. Another really cool thing that I actually didn't even know about until recently. All the Toy Story, the Disney Store versions are normal pops, and then all the regular versions from the original release, I guess, are bobbleheads with the base that comes off, like almost like all the Star Wars pops come with. Pretty cool. I don't know the backstory to that. I got to dig a little deeper. It must have been like either some rights issue or something when they first started coming out. Some really cool, more recent grails are all these Haunted Mansion pops. Amazing, one of the best rides of all time. It's the 50th anniversary right now. So Funko and Disney are putting out a bunch of new ones, exclusive to Target and some other places, Disney parks, to celebrate the 50th anniversary. They're really, really cool, which is probably going to make these guys spike up even more because people are going to want to go back and get everything. Another thing, these are all scattered around. Some were exclusive to the parks. And then some of the glow-in-the-dark ones were only at San Diego in 2016, limited to 1,000 pieces. So, that's nothing for, the amount of Disney fans that are out there. Also, we had some stuff where, like, there was misprints where the wrong pictures on the pop and the name didn't match up in the first wave when they came out years ago. So he actually had a really, once again, super complete set where he has all the regular ones, all the glows, all the misnamed and pictured ones, just literally everything. Indiana Jones really started spiking a lot lately. The Golden Idol one's going for $450 to $500 now, and just keeps going up. Not sure the price on this guy yet, but he shot up as well along with the ride. We didn't even touch these guys. Sorry, we got mistracked. Along with the Nightmare Before Christmas grails, we have the Toy Tokyo Winter Wonderland from a couple years back. Does it say? Doesn't have the year, but it's been a while. But these guys are literally limited to 252 pieces. So this is another extremely, extremely rare one if you're trying to get a full Nightmare Before Christmas set, which is not easy. Even if you're not trying to get every Disney pop and you just want the Nightmare, you got to deal with this triple pack, the glow-in-the-dark Oogie, the 252-piece Winter Wonderlands, the glow-in-the-dark Day of the Dead Sally and Jack, Chase Zeros, the Chase House Zero. Like, there's some really, really rare stuff. What else do we got? We got a bunch of other Oswald Rabbit, a couple other Mickeys. I really like this guy. It was another D23 exclusive 3,000 piece artist series. Just a really cool, unique pop. You don't see stuff like that too much. We have both Latzos along with the flocked ones, bobble and non-bobble. One of my favorite pops of all time is the alien from Toy Story. We got all three versions here: Disney Store, the regular one, and the metallic one from San Diego. 2012. It's a 480 piece. The metallic just looks so nice on so many of these pops, especially the old Disney and Marvel. Like, they just look great. Especially like at the beginning, a lot of pops just didn't have the best quality control when they first started, but for some reason they really nailed it. Probably because Disney wouldn't let them release stuff if it didn't look great. But the metallics just really knock it out. And you know, these have always been really expensive. 33 is also my favorite number, so that's pretty cool. I never noticed that. They just released for Toy Story 4 a common version of them, so you can get one for $10 now if you didn't want to drop a couple hundred on some of the old ones. And that brought the price down a little bit on some of them. Not the metallic, obviously. Numbered stuff generally doesn't ever really drop, but these guys. So you know, you can get one if you don't want to drop the money, which is cool. Another cool set is the Monsters University, Sully and Mike. These are also metallic and numbered. Then the regular ones, Disney Store from the older movies. Cool thing here, we got a bunch of great Toy Story and Incredibles. The Jessies. So you'll see there's three of them. So we have Disney, Disney Store, and also Disney. The box is slightly different color. We got the purple box, blue box. We'll show up a video, a picture up in post-production, but one of them is made in Japan in another factory, or China, I forget, sorry. But if you look at the picture, you can see her hands are actually slightly different. One's kind of like this and one's like this, depending which factory it came from. That stuff like that's really common in action figures. You don't really see it in pops anymore, but I guess there were some slight variations back in the day. You would notice, like, a lot of times with action figures, like, you'll have slight, as the production run goes on, they might change a color on, you know, the paint application, or like a slight detail in the hands or an accessory. Some people who collect like really hard like this want all those versions. So that's cool. You know, little things that we're trying to point out that like maybe some more casual collectors or new people to the Funko scene don't know, you know, so we can educate everybody. You know, and then here, again, there's just so many pops, like almost 900. So, you know, we can't show you everything. Even this pile here is like decent stuff, but, you know, we didn't have space for it here, and it's not quite the level of this stuff. But we got some, you know, mismatched, older, rare stuff, you know, Baloo, Mad Hatter, Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Captain Hook, you know, some cool stuff like Rapunzel and Pascal. Ursula original. They just started re-releasing some of these with new sculpts, but the originals are still really cool and rare. Jolly Roger. So, you know, another cool thing, like I mentioned with the Haunted Mansion, is the Disney Park exclusive. So these are only sold at the Disney parks, and occasionally they put them online as well. But it's pretty cool. They do a lot of stuff from the rides, and they don't release those to the general, like, you know, mass-produced lines. And you know, they're really cool. Anybody who's been to Disney World obviously has favorite rides and stuff like that. Like, I just picked up the Splash Mountain. I have the Haunted Mansion, Ezra and the Buggy. I just think some of these are really cool. Alice in the teacup, where she's spinning around. Like, just really cool pops. I'm glad they keep making those. But with the Jolly Roger, they also did the glow in the dark 1,000-piece San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which is really getting up there in price now. And then a couple cool things that we mixed in, like the glow chases from Box Lunch. Those are a little rarer. Flocked Abominable from New York Comic Con, numbered to 1,000. Again, this guy was pretty cheap when he came out, like $50 to $70, I think. Maybe not even. And then it just skyrocketed out of nowhere. Now I think it's like $250, give or take. And, you know, don't hold me to these prices. This stuff changes constantly. I haven't had a chance to go through everything yet. Another favorite of mine is Doug with the Cone. Really cool pop. Mr. Toad. Everyone loves Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And then here's another really cool, unique one, actually. So Minnie Mouse, red dress and pink dress. So another variant. The pink dress. One of them is pretty rare and more expensive. So I got to look that up. I think it's the pink one. And then just some other really. We have a full Muppet set. Like, when do you ever see these guys? Or even the individual ones. All the metallics. Pretty sweet. Cool stuff like this Asia exclusive, which is another random one, but the 2-pack Jessica and Roger. Same as the common individual releases, but, you know, the 2-packs much rarer, so that stuff is worth more. Maleficent Dragon, one of the coolest pops ever made. Then like unique stuff like the Baymax with the half suit unmasked. That's a pretty cool one. This is also numbered, so it's worth something. And then something really unique with this Baymax, it's a Walt Disney Animation Studios exclusive. Um, that's pretty cool. I like the unique stickers that you don't see very often. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only one. Indiana Jones Ride, which we talked about earlier, and that one is starting to really creep up too. It seems like there's been a big spike in Indiana Jones lately. All right, last but not least, we have some of these really unique Disney like mini 2-packs. You don't really see these scale figures come from Funko anymore, but they did release a bunch of them back, when the pops first started coming out. And then some of these actually command a pretty penny. Like this guy is from D23. It's only 200 pieces of this, and it's like $500+. There's actually none available online right now. We were checking before. The last one that sold was about 500, but there's 0 for sale. So that's what I was talking about before, where these prices can change. Like somebody could list this for 1,000, and maybe somebody's willing to pay that, and that becomes the new price. Or maybe it goes back down to 400. These things again, they're just such a sliding scale. But some of this stuff's getting really scarce. So again, this hits the market. You have to strike while it's there because you might not ever see it again, or it might be years. So anyway, thanks for checking this video out. Again, it's actually 3:30 in the morning because we just got back from the collection buy. We got to load all this stuff into our van, and we're driving to Chicago, which is like a 16-hour drive to go to Wizard World. So we're going to be really tired tomorrow. So sorry about the mess. The store's usually not this messy, but you'll see in future videos. So once again, make sure you subscribe. Don't miss anything because we're going to have some really, really cool stuff coming for you. Again, it's Chris with Undiscovered Realm, and thank you. And check out our other content, and we'll see you soon.